Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this, you're digging through your couch cushions or that old coin jar on your dresser, and bam, you find a penny. Not just any penny, though. This one has a secret worth $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1 million for a 2013 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Sounds crazy, right? Stick around, because today, I'm spilling all the tea on why this penny is so valuable and how you might just strike gold, or copper, I guess. Alright, let's dive into the nitty-gritty of this jaw-dropping coin. So, here's the deal with the 2013 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. First off, let's decode that no-mint mark thing. Usually, pennies minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, and people often overlook them, thinking they're just ordinary. But this little guy. It's the Beyoncé of pennies, rare, flawless, and commanding attention. What makes it worth so much? Drumroll, please, condition and rarity. The 2013 no-mint mark penny that's making waves isn't your average coin you'd toss into a vending machine. It's in pristine condition, graded as MS-69 or MS-70. That's basically the coin world's equivalent of a perfect Instagram filter, no blemishes, scratches, or flaws. Add in the fact that finding one like this is about as rare as finding a parking spot at the mall during Christmas, and boom, you've got yourself $1 million treasure. Now, let me tell you a little story. A couple of months ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic. She had jars, and I mean jars, of coins just gathering dust. Naturally, I took a peek, hoping to find something special. Lo and behold, I found a 2013 penny. My heart skipped a beat. I started Googling like my life depended on it, only to realize it had a giant scratch across Lincoln's face. Ugh, close but no cigar. Still, that little experience taught me the importance of checking your coins. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. So, how do you know if you've hit the jackpot? First, look closely, grab a magnifying glass if you have to. No scratches, no dings, no signs of wear. If it's flawless, it might be worth sending to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Sure, there's a small fee, but if your penny turns out to be $1 million winner, it's worth every cent. See what I did there? Every cent. Okay, moving on. Alright, let's recap. That 2013 no-mint mark penny in your pocket could be your ticket to financial freedom, if it's in mint condition. The odds are slim, but hey, crazier things have happened. Remember, the key is to check those coins carefully and consider getting them graded if they look flawless. And before you dive headfirst into your piggy bank, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more coin tips and stories coming your way to help you uncover hidden treasures. Plus, you don't want to miss my next video, where I reveal how a rusty nickel helped pay for my first car. Seriously, it's a wild ride. Alright, so here's the deal, not all pennies are created equal. The 1975 D Lincoln penny is special because it's basically a one-in-a-million collector's dream. Now, before you start flipping over every penny in your house, let me break down what makes this coin so valuable. The D mint mark means it was minted in Denver, and while most 1975 D pennies are pretty ordinary, a rare error variety of this coin is what collectors are chasing. These coins are typically made of copper and zinc, but an error batch ended up with a different composition or a slightly off design. That's what makes it so rare, and rarity equals big bucks in the coin world. The coin's value isn't just about what it's made of. It's about the story. Collectors love a good story, and an error coin is like finding a typo in the first edition of a best-selling book. It's quirky, rare, and highly sought after. Now, if you're wondering, okay, but how do I know if I have the penny? Check the mint mark, it should have a clean D under the year. Look at the edges and details. Sometimes, the errors are super subtle, like a misalignment or a slight difference in the lettering, and if you're still not sure, get it checked out by a professional grader. Trust me, the $30 fee is worth it if your penny turns out to be worth $1.1 million. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, I was cleaning out my car, the way you do when the cup holders start doubling as trash cans, and I found this crusty old penny under the seat. For a split second, I thought, could this be it? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. It was a regular penny that had been through what I can only assume was a coffee spill apocalypse. But hey, that moment of hope. Priceless. And who knows, your penny could be the real deal. Oh, and before you start spending hours on this, here's a tip: don't stress over worn-out pennies. Even if they're rare, their condition plays a huge role in their value. A pristine, uncirculated penny will always fetch more than one that looks like it survived a garbage disposal. So, what's the takeaway here? Start checking your change, but don't forget to have a little fun with it. Who knows, you might just uncover a piece of history worth a fortune. And hey, if you enjoyed this little treasure hunt tip, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join me for more tips on coins worth serious money. Because let's be real, we could all use a little extra cash, whether it's from a rare penny or just avoiding overpriced coffee. Alright, let's kick this off with a question. Have you ever rummaged through your pocket change and thought, man, this could be my retirement fund? No. Well, maybe you should start, because today, we're talking about a penny, yes, a penny, that's worth a staggering $1.2 million. That's right, folks, a 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Let's dive into the juicy details of what makes this little copper treasure so special, how you can find one, and why you might want to double-check that jar of coins sitting in the corner collecting dust. So, here's the deal with this penny. In 1982, the US Mint made a pretty big change. They switched from pennies made of mostly copper to a zinc core with a thin copper coating because, well, copper got pricey. During this transition, they minted a whole bunch of pennies, copper ones, zinc ones, and, apparently, one incredibly rare no-mint mark Lincoln penny that collectors are now drooling over. Now, that no-mint mark part. That means it was made in Philadelphia. Normally, Philadelphia didn't put a mint mark on its pennies back then, so what's the big deal? The kicker is this particular penny is made of copper and not zinc, which was supposed to be phased out. Somehow, this little copper guy slipped through the cracks, and bam, we've got a unicorn penny. Rarity equals value. Collectors will pay big bucks for rare coins, especially ones with unique stories like this. Imagine owning a penny so rare it could buy you a mansion. Let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my old junk drawer, the one where random batteries, old keys, and receipts from 2007 live. I found a handful of pennies and decided to look them up online. I didn't find anything worth millions, but I did find a wheat penny that sold for about $10. Not bad for something I almost threw away. Ever since then, I've been the weird person at parties talking about coin collecting. And you know what? It's paid off. Alright, let's wrap this up. The 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is the ultimate hidden treasure. If you've got some spare change lying around, go grab it, sort through it, and keep an eye out for any unusual coins. You never know, you might strike gold. Or, well, copper. And hey, if you're into learning about coins that could change your life, or at least give you a cool story to tell, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more tips, tricks, and strategies for spotting valuable coins. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. So, go on, dig through that jar of coins, and let's turn pennies into fortunes together. Hey there, treasure hunters. Did you know a humble penny could turn you into a millionaire? Yeah, you heard that right. A 1994 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is making waves in the coin world, and its current market value is a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. That's not just pocket change, that's life-changing. So, stick around, because today, we're diving deep into why this penny is worth a fortune and how you might just have one hiding in your loose change. Alright, let's break this down. The 1994 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is one of those rare coins that collectors drool over. Why? Because it's a freak accident of the coin world. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, but this one. It's different. Experts believe there was some kind of error in the die used, making it a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Now, you might be thinking, come on, a penny? Really? Yep, really. Coins like this are like the celebrity cameos of the numismatic world, super rare and incredibly valuable. Imagine finding one in your couch cushions. It's like winning the lottery without even buying a ticket. Let me tell you a quick story. I once thought I hit the jackpot with a coin I found in an old piggy bank. It was shiny, it was old, and I was ready to retire on my newfound fortune. Turns out, it was a regular penny from 1985. But hey, I learned my lesson: always check for mint marks, errors, and unusual features before calling it quits. So, how can you tell if you've got a golden ticket penny? Look under the date. If it's missing that little letter, you're onto something. A shiny, well-preserved penny will fetch a higher price. Get it graded. If you think you found one, take it to a professional coin grader to confirm its authenticity. Now, let's talk numbers. The 1994 no mint mark penny has been sold at auctions for up to $1.3 million. That's a house, a dream vacation, or, let's be honest, a lifetime supply of coffee. But seriously, if you find one, you're looking at a massive payday. Start checking those coin jars, drawers, and that random cup holder in your car. You never know what kind of treasure you might find. Coins like the 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny prove that sometimes, the smallest things can have the biggest impact. And hey, if you enjoyed this little dive into the world of valuable coins, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm always here with tips, stories, and strategies to help you discover coins worth real money. Who knows, maybe your next penny could be worth millions too. You're digging through your couch cushions for spare change to buy a coffee, and boom, you stumble upon a penny worth $1.4 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's not just a dream, it's a 1986 no mint mark penny reality. Yep, one of these bad boys sold for a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. So, let's dive in and see if you've got one of these hidden gems sitting in your coin jar. Alright, first things first, what's the deal with the 1986 no mint mark penny? If you're not into coins, no mint mark just means the penny doesn't have a little letter under the year. Normally, you'd see a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco, but this one? Nada. Zero. Zilch. It was minted in Philadelphia, and Philly just didn't bother stamping their coins with a letter back then. So, why is this particular penny worth more than a house? It's all about condition, rarity, and who's willing to pay big bucks for it. The penny that sold for $1.4 million wasn't just sitting in someone's glove compartment. Nope, it was graded as MS-69, which is basically the coin equivalent of a supermodel, flawless, shiny, and straight out of the mint. Now, let's talk about the market value. Is every 1986 no mint mark penny worth a fortune? Not exactly. Most of them are just, well, pennies. But if you've got one in mint condition, meaning it's practically untouched, it could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And if you've got the holy grail of pennies, like the one that sold for $1.4 million, you're officially in the big leagues. A couple of years ago, I was at my grandma's house helping her clean out some old drawers. She had this huge tin of coins, nickels, dimes, pennies, you name it. I figured, why not? Let's take a look. I didn't find a $1 million penny, but I did come across a 1943 steel penny, which turned out to be worth about $50. Grandma thought I was nuts for getting excited over $50, but hey, free money is free money, right? The moral of the story? Check your coins. You never know what treasures are hiding in plain sight. If you've got a 1986 no mint mark penny, give it a close look. Check for scratches, dents, or anything that might lower its value. And if it looks minty fresh, consider getting it graded. You might just hit the jackpot. Alright, now it's your turn. Have you ever found a rare coin? Or maybe you've got a stash of pennies you're suddenly itching to dig through. Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this little treasure hunt, hit that subscribe button and stick around. I've got tons of tips on spotting coins worth serious cash, and you don't want to miss out. Have you ever looked at your pocket change and thought, what if I'm holding on to a tiny treasure worth a fortune? Well, you might want to check again, because today, we're talking about a simple 2020 D Abraham Lincoln penny that's currently shaking up the coin world. And guess what? It's worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, a penny worth more than most houses. So, grab your coin jars, and let's dive in. Now, you're probably wondering, why on earth is a 2020 D penny worth that much? Great question. Let's break it down. This particular coin wasn't minted in some ancient era or made of solid gold, it's a modern penny. But here's the twist, this coin is rare because of its flawless strike, pristine condition, and, drumroll, please, a unique minting error. You see, every now and then, the US Mint has a little, oopsie moment. Maybe a machine glitches, or someone's coffee break runs long, whatever the reason, these mistakes can create coins with small, fascinating errors that collectors go absolutely wild for. In the case of the 2020 D Lincoln penny, experts have spotted an incredibly rare double die error. Think of it like a printing typo, but on a coin. And this particular error? It's the Beyoncé of coin errors. Everybody wants it at SO, how does a 1-cent coin turn into $1.5 million? It's all about supply and demand. There are only a handful of these error coins known to exist, and collectors are practically fighting to own one. Add in the fact that it's still in pristine condition, graded as MS-69 by experts, and you've got yourself a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. For some context, MS-69 means this penny is almost perfect. It's like finding a used car with only 5 miles on it, it just doesn't happen. Combine that with the historical significance of Lincoln's face on the penny and the rarity of a double-die minting error, and boom, you've got a coin worth a fortune. Now, let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, I got into coin collecting purely by accident. One day, I was doing laundry, and a shiny penny caught my eye. I thought, this one looks a bit different. Turns out, it was just a normal penny, but that small discovery sparked my curiosity. I started researching coins, visiting flea markets, and even raiding my grandma's old jar of pennies. By the way, grandmas always have the best coin stashes, trust me on this one. Fast forward to today, and I've got a mini treasure trove of unique coins. While I haven't hit the jackpot with $1 million penny yet, I did find a $50 quarter once, and let me tell you, that felt like winning the lottery. So, what's the takeaway here? Always check your pocket change. That unassuming penny sitting at the bottom of your purse or couch cushion could be worth a fortune. And hey, even if you don't find a 2020 D Lincoln penny, you might stumble upon other valuable coins. Coin collecting is like a treasure hunt, you never know what you'll find. Now, before you rush off to inspect every coin in sight, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. On this channel, we share tips on coins worth money, hidden treasures, and strategies to maximize your collection's value. You don't want to miss out on the next $1 million discovery, right? So, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. What if I told you there's a penny out there right now that could turn your spare change into a fortune? No, I'm not talking about raiding your couch cushions and finding a buck for coffee. I'm talking about one single penny, yes, a 2017 P Mint Mark Lincoln penny, being worth up to $1.6 million. That's right, folks. A penny. Worth millions. Intrigued? Alright, first things first, what's the deal with this magical 2017 P Mint Mark penny? Here's the story. Back in 2017, the US Mint did something it had never done before. For the 225th anniversary of the US Mint, they decided to slap a little P Mint mark on the penny for the very first time. It was like the penny got its first tattoo, historic and a little edgy. These pennies were made at the Philadelphia Mint, hence the P. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, but it's just a penny. Why would it be worth anything more than, well, a penny? Good question. While most of these 2017 p pennies are still floating around as regular pocket change, there are a few unicorns in the mix. These are the ones that collectors go absolutely bonkers over. So, what makes a 2017 p penny worth $1.6 million? It's all about rarity, condition, and error. Some of these pennies were struck with minting errors, maybe the design wasn't centered perfectly, or there's a doubling in the lettering. These mistakes turn a common penny into a collector's treasure. Think of it like a misprinted baseball card or a typo in a first edition book. People love unique stuff. Let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I found a weird-looking penny while cleaning out my car. It had a little ding on it, and I thought, it's probably nothing. But instead of chucking it into a tip jar, I Googled it. Turns out, it wasn't anything special, just a really beat-up penny. But that experience made me realize how many people overlook coins that could actually be worth thousands, if not millions. Imagine if I had just tossed that one and it turned out to be a jackpot penny. I'd still be kicking myself. So, check your coins, people. Get a magnifying glass, download a coin collector app, and go treasure hunting. Your next grocery store run might just pay for a vacation, or your retirement. Now, as of today, the current market value of one of these special 2017 p Mint Mark Lincoln pennies is sitting at a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. That's for the rarest, error-laden ones in pristine condition. And while the odds of finding one of these pennies is slim, it's not impossible. Seriously, someone could have handed you one as change for a pack of gum. Wild, right? So, here's the deal. That jar of pennies on your dresser? It's not just loose change, it's a potential goldmine. Start checking those 2017 pennies, and don't ignore the little details. You never know when you'll stumble upon the coin of a lifetime. And hey, if you enjoyed this little deep dive into the world of coins worth serious cash, why not stick around? Hit that subscribe button and join me on this wild ride of discovering hidden treasures in your pocket. Who knows? The next big find might just be sitting in your wallet right now. Alright, folks, let's talk about pocket change that could change your life. Imagine this: you're at the checkout, grabbing your morning coffee, and you hand over a penny. What if I told you that one little coin could be worth $1.7 million? That's right, today we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1985 D Lincoln penny that could turn you into an accidental millionaire. Let's get into it before you start digging through your couch cushions. The story behind the 1985 D penny. First things first, what makes a 1985 D penny so special? Let me tell you, this isn't just any Lincoln penny. Minted in Denver, the 1985 D is typically your run-of-the-mill copper-plated coin. But here's where it gets interesting. A rare error during the minting process caused a select few of these pennies to be struck with a double die. This means some details on the coin, like Lincoln's profile or the lettering, appear doubled or blurry. A mistake for the mint, but a jackpot for collectors. Now, why is this penny valued at $1.7 million? It's all about scarcity and demand. Coin collectors, or as I like to call them, treasure hunters, love unique pieces. When only a handful exist, the value skyrockets faster than your favorite stock after good earnings news. So, what should you look for? Grab a magnifying glass and check out these details, doubling on the date or the words, "In God We Trust." A slightly off-center strike, like the pennies had too much coffee and is leaning to one side, weird inconsistencies around Lincoln's profile or the rim. You don't need a fancy setup to find these clues. I once found a rare coin using my phone's flashlight and my kids' magnifying glass from their science kit. True story. Speaking of lucky finds, let me tell you about the time I almost struck gold, well, copper. A couple of years ago, I was sorting through a jar of pennies for fun. Don't judge me, I was bored during a rainstorm. I found an old penny that looked a little off, and my heart skipped a beat. I thought, this is it. Early retirement, here I come. Turns out, it wasn't the right penny. But hey, now I'm an expert at spotting the real deal, and I'm here to help you do the same. As of today, the 1985 D penny with the double die error is valued at an eye-watering $1.7 million. But remember, condition matters. If it's been tossed around a bit, like the ones in your car cup holder, it might fetch less. If it's in mint or near mint condition, though, you've hit the jackpot. So, there you have it. That little 1985 D penny you might have overlooked could be worth more than a luxury car. Don't underestimate the power of pocket change. Start checking your coins, talk to local dealers, and do some research. You never know, you might just stumble on your own $1 million treasure. If you enjoyed this dive into the world of rare coins, hit that subscribe button and join the fun. I've got plenty more tips on coins worth money, strategies for treasure hunting, and stories to share. Let's uncover more hidden gems together, literally. Don't forget to leave a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, or just tell me how many pennies you're about to sort through. Imagine finding a penny, yes, a penny, and it's worth enough to buy a mansion. Sounds wild, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the story of a 2005 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's rocking the coin world with a jaw-dropping value of $1.8 million. Spoiler alert, you might just have one hiding in your pocket. Change to the juicy part. What's so special about this penny? Well, in 2005, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced pennies without a mint mark. That's actually pretty normal for Philly coins. But this particular batch has a twist. A rare minting error turned what should be a basic penny into a treasure worth a fortune. Now, if you're wondering what no mint mark means, it's simply a missing letter on the coin that shows where it was made. Philly coins don't usually have one, but this penny takes things to a whole new level thanks to a subtle, almost invisible flaw that sets it apart. Let's talk about the $1 million, well, technically $1.8 million, question. Why is it so valuable? This penny is unique because it features a super rare doubling error on Lincoln's portrait. To the naked eye, it might just look like a regular penny, but under magnification, collectors can spot the doubling effect on details like Lincoln's face or the inscriptions. The rarity of this mistake, combined with the coin's pristine condition, has collectors practically foaming at the mouth. A top-rated example of this coin was auctioned off for $1.8 million, making it one of the most expensive pennies ever sold. And just like that, this little copper beauty became the Beyoncé of coins, rare, flawless, and totally irreplaceable. These coins weren't produced in a lab or under special conditions, they were regular circulating coins. That means there's a slim, yet real, chance one of these treasures is hiding in your piggy bank, under your couch cushions, or even stuck in your car's cup holder. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I decided to go through an old jar of coins my grandma had stashed away. She always said, "You never know what you'll find." Well, I didn't strike it rich, but I did find a 1943 steel penny worth about $20, and the thrill of finding something valuable was priceless. Now, every time I see a penny, I give it a good once-over. You better believe I'm not sleeping on this 2005 no mint mark penny story. Alright, so how do you spot one of these $1 million pennies? Here's your game plan: look for a 2005 penny with no mint mark, inspect it closely for signs of doubling. You'll need a magnifying glass or a loupe to see the fine details. If you think you've struck gold, air, copper, get it professionally graded. Organizations like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, can authenticate and grade your coin, which is essential for determining its value. Even if your penny isn't the $1.8 million jackpot, you might still find something worth a decent chunk of change. So, what did we learn today? That pennies are way cooler than they get credit for, and checking your spare change could literally change your life. Who knew something so small could make such a big impact? And hey, if you're as fascinated by the world of coin collecting as I am, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got more tips, tricks, and stories coming your way to help you turn pocket change into life-changing money. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who might have a lucky penny just waiting to be discovered. The next time you see a penny on the ground, pick it up, because it might just be worth $1.8 million. Importa. Alright, folks, what if I told you that a single penny in your pocket could be worth nearly $2 million? Yep, that's right, $1.9 million for a tiny piece of copper. So grab your coin jars, because today we're talking about the 2003 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. You heard me. That plain old penny that looks like it's worth, well, a penny, could actually buy you a mansion, a yacht, or maybe even an island. Let's dive into what makes this little coin so special and why collectors are losing their minds over it. Okay, first off, let's talk about what exactly makes a 2003 no-mint mark penny stand out. At first glance, it looks like any other penny. It's got Abraham Lincoln on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back, and it weighs just about 2.5 grams. Nothing fancy, right? The lack of a mint mark. Usually, pennies have a tiny letter on them, like a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But if your 2003 penny doesn't have that letter, congratulations, you might be holding something incredible. Well, it all comes down to rarity. Coins without mint marks are often production errors, and collectors love errors. It's like finding a misprinted baseball card or a rare Pokemon card. The fewer of these mistakes that exist, the higher the value climbs. And for the 2003 no-mint mark penny, there's only a handful of verified ones floating around. It's like winning the lottery, but with coins. Yes, you heard that right. The current market value for this penny is a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. That's more than the price of most houses. Why so high? Well, in the world of numismatics, that's the fancy word for coin collecting. Rarity is king. Combine that with pristine condition, and you've got yourself a jackpot. And let's not forget auctions. A coin like this can spark bidding wars that'll make your head spin. The last time one hit the market, it sent collectors into a frenzy, and that's how we got to the $1.9 million figure. Now, let me tell you about my own coin hunt adventure. A few years back, I decided to go through an old jar of pennies from my grandparents. I had dreams of finding that 1 in a million coin that'd change my life. Spoiler alert, I didn't. But I did find a wheat penny from 1944, which was worth a whopping $10. Not life-changing, but hey, it covered my lunch that day. The thing is, going through that jar made me realize how much history we hold in our hands every day. Every coin has a story, and who knows? You could be the one to stumble upon that $1.9 million penny. Go check your pockets, your couch cushions, your car, and even that random jar of coins you've been ignoring for years. You never know what treasures might be hiding there. And if you do find a 2003 no-mint mark penny, let me know, because I'd love to celebrate with you, and maybe borrow $1 or $2. Before you go, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm here to share more tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth money, so you don't miss your chance to cash in on hidden treasures. Let's turn your loose change into life-changing cash.